Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Robert Harrison. I'm a student physical therapist at Trine University. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to talk to you about direct access in Indiana and national efforts. Quick overview, I'm going to discuss a brief history of direct access, its national effects, and then, of course, the daily impact, things like financial planning, management, decision-making, and policy and procedure development. So diving right into this brief history, direct access is defined as the removal of the physician referral mandated by state law to access PT services for evals and treatments. Nebraska was the first state in 1957 to receive direct access, and they actually have unrestricted access to this day. And then a bunch of other states started to follow suit. They started to challenge the state legislation and gain that direct access. In 2000, the APTA passed the Vision 2020, which stated that all physical therapists would be doctors of physical therapy. They would have direct access in every single state, and then, of course, they would be more evidence-based. And we actually met that goal a little bit early as far as transitioning schools to doctors of physical therapy, becoming more evidence-based, and then, of course, gaining direct access. 2005, Medicare beneficiaries became eligible to receive direct access, and then by 2013, Indiana was the 48th state to gain direct access, quickly followed by Michigan and Oklahoma by the end of the year. And then by 2015, all 50 states and colonies had some form of direct access. So let's talk about the national effects, though. Like I said, 50 states had some form of direct access, 18 of those with unrestricted access, 26 with patient access with provisions, and that includes Indiana, which I'll talk about on the next slide, and then 6 with limited patient access. So there's still plenty of work to be done. We would like to see all 50 states with some sort of unrestricted access, and we definitely want to see those 6 limited states to be at least with provisions. Now, discussing Indiana specifically, so what are our provisions? Well, we've been direct access since 2013, but we have these 3 things, and I've bolded the important parts. So we may eval and treat for no more than 24 calendar days, beginning with the date of the initiation of treatment without a referral. So what does this mean? Well, after 24 calendar days, we have to get a referral from the individual's provider, whether it be a physician, psychologist, dentist, whoever. The second thing is for spinal manipulation. We have to have an order or referral from a physician, osteopath, or chiropractor. And then lastly, for the sharp debridement, we have to have an order or referral from a physician, osteopath, or podiatrist. Moving on to direct access for Medicare, which I mentioned earlier became effective in 2005. With Medicare beneficiaries, we just have to comply with the state referral law. So the 3 things that I mentioned above apply to Medicare beneficiaries, as well as the plan of care must be certified by a physician within 30 days. And this plan of care includes diagnoses, long-term treatment goals, type, amount, duration of therapy services. And then on top of that, a recertification is required if it's been 90 calendar days from the initial treatment or the patient's condition changes and long-term goals require revision. So how's this going to affect our financial planning? Well, with Medicare claims and compliance, you want to ensure that your plan of care is certified so that you can be reimbursed. Just as well as third-party payer contracts, you want to know, is a referral required for payment to occur? And with this influx of direct access patients, if we're doing our jobs and we're advocating correctly, we're going to have to take on this new caseload. How are we going to combat this? Maybe we're going to get some new hires. Maybe we're going to expand the building we're in. And we might even extend the hours. As far as management and decision making goes, with accepting direct access, we have to influence a consensus within our own corporations, within our own small businesses, and of course within ourselves. Are we going to accept direct access with open arms and are we going to do a good job of advocating for it? Are we going to market for direct access? Are we going to take out ads and do correct advertising within our own area? And then with continuing education courses, if we are receiving all of these new types of patients and things like that, we need to make sure that we're on our game. So taking courses on pharmacology, professionalism, medical imaging, things like that. And then lastly, policy and procedure development. So it's important to remember that the standard of care is no different for those who are receiving direct access. So you're going to treat that patient exactly how you would anyone else. The difference is just going to be billing. Billing for direct access is going to change a little bit. And so with policies and procedures, maybe we need to come up with some way of how we're gonna go about the billing for the direct access. Maybe we're gonna develop a policy and procedure for the acknowledgement of understanding of direct access law, so that way we can explain it to ourselves, we can explain it to our patients and the people in the community. And then lastly, a policy and procedure on quality control. How are we going to measure our success with these new patients? How we know what's working and what isn't, so that we can make a change. And that's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please feel free to come up to me after the presentation. I'd be happy to answer them. Thank you.